Hey everyone, I just wanted to share some thoughts on my favorite house, Sir. And I want to start off with just talking a little bit about the house. For me is a lot about, I think, the emotion and the imagery I get when I wear them versus, note breakdowns and everything involved in perfumery. And I think that Sir sets out to do really what it wants, which is to kind of offer a sense of uh, serenity in the world. And what a better time now than ever to have that. Um, I don't do videos on YouTube, and I apologize for messing up some of these names. I'm sure I will. And I tried to do a Facebook video. It was too long. It was too long for YouTube because I don't have any videos on YouTube, so they set you at like 15 minutes or something like that. But just kind of wanted to share some of the lesser known bottles. A lot of people talk about Keeman and some people talk about Kiara, but I would like to talk a little bit more about some of the ones that aren't talked about as much. I just find this house amazing. It's natural, beautiful. I've never experienced such a natural feel from perfume before now, and I think that the goal of what they're trying to accomplish is very well done in pretty much all of them. They offer kind of a meditative quality, tranquility, just a sense of peace when you wear them. A lot of them they're light, they're not super heavy. For me, any time of the year is a great time to wear them. But I'll kind of get going. I don't have a very long time apparently. I'll start off with my favorite. All the bottles obviously look the same, but I'll start off with Sasora. Sasora. Uh, they consider this suitable for traditional clothing and kimono. It's medicinal, camphorous, incense, a bit woody. When I first sprayed this on, it was bizarre. I'd never experienced anything like it before. Quickly became my favorite perfume, not just from the house, but overall, just in general. I've never smelled anything quite like this. I sprayed on and my body goes a little bit numb or buzzes for about 20 minutes. It's got agarwood, Kiara, I believe Kiara, Palisander, rosewood, spikenard or jadamancy, yuzu. I think there's another type of Indian oud in there. I think called Sasora, used in incense and things like that. I'm actually surprised incense isn't listed. I find it very spiritual, very meditative, transportive. When I wear it, I feel like I'm in a temple in Japan, or honestly a little bit in India. But as far as how it smells, when you first smell it, it almost has kind of a little bit of a curry, incensey vibe to it. But after wearing it a few times and wearing it over a couple days, I realized that it really is more of a kind of it reminds me of a shrine, in what a shrine would smell like in Japan with the incense burning and things like that. Kyoto, which I plan to go to next fall with Brandon. This is Sasora, even though they're all the same. It's just an amazing smell. Very, very eye-opening, very meditative experience. Next we'll go on with Hasunoito. It's lotus-based. The lotus is very, very present for me. It's not a soapy lotus. It's a very ethereal green, almost fairyland type smell. The lotus is very strong for me. Japanese rose, Kiara. It's very sweet, floral, a little herbal, very green, very it's hard to describe. When I wear it, I just want to sit by myself and not really be around anyone. I don't want anyone else to really smell it. I just want to save it all for myself. I know it sounds a little strange. It's just an amazing experience. Keeman, I'll actually kind of skip over Keeman and Kiara. Mr. Oz did those, and I'm not going to do any better than him. So we'll just kind of let those go for now. But I do love Keeman, and in fact, Keeman to me comes off a little bit like Kiara. I think there's been some back and forth on whether it's Kiara or just Agarwood in general. But one I wanted to mention too, next to Keeman, is Kazehikaru. Shiso, lavender, Japanese rose, yuzu, neroli. They call it the feeling of a glowing wind. For me, this one actually reminds me of Keeman, if not for the woody base. There's depth to it, but it kind of stays at that top point of Keeman for me. But then lacks the woody dry down of Keeman, which is beautiful. So it's kind of an alternative to. I wouldn't call it, maybe it's not an alternative, but if you missed out on Keeman, you wouldn't be disappointed, I think, with K's. It's pretty beautiful and not dead on, but it's got some similarities to it that I think anyone can appreciate. When I first smelled it, I didn't get a lot of Japanese rose, but over time it started to peak up and I got more of it. For me, it was very bright yuzu when I first sprayed it on. A lot of these are very bright and just happy fragrances all around. Akanesasu is Brilliance of the Sun, is jasmine orange vetiver. It's very orange to me, very juicy, bright, realistic orange, very natural. It's got some depth. It's not just like a boring citrus fragrance because it has vetiver and jasmine in it, which give us a little bit of depth over just being an orange fragrance. Very pleasurable. This one and Tsuki for me were kind of the ones that weren't very long-lived, but still very beautiful. And the longevity issue doesn't necessarily bother me, given that just how happy they make me feel when I wear them. Tsuki is moon, yuzu, basil, juniper, lemon, peppermint, patchouli. For me, this one just is very minty on me. I'm not saying it would be for everyone. The lemon doesn't stand out. Patchouli doesn't necessarily stand out. For me, this is all about the peppermint. I don't know if it's shiso or peppermint. I know some people on Fragrantica might get some basil and juniper. For me, it just the mintiness stands out a lot. Mizu, which I think isn't listed on the official site. It's kind of symbolic for water. Yuzu, spearmint, herbs, herbal, rosewood. I don't think it's Palisander rosewood. I'm not sure. Vetiver. Mizu is probably one of my favorites from the kind of entry-level line, or the the cheaper cost, the entry-level cost. It's the longest lasting for me, and just very herbal for me. It's so realistic, just kind of sitting in the middle of a garden full of herbs, and just the vetiver gives it depth. Again, just very, very kind of very herbal, but also not heavy, and it's not like the kind of herbal that will make you sneeze or whatever. Shiragoromo. This one is, I believe, one of Will's favorites, maybe next to like Jinko or something. This one is very bright. It's kind of stands for the white cloth or sacred color. Rose, jasmine, Japanese rose, jasmine, Kiara, agarwood, yuzu. The opening for me is very, very uplifting. I get a lot of yuzu. I think with the agarwood, it's not dirty or it's not very heavy. The agarwood just kind of lifts that yuzu to make it a bit less citrus. And then there's the florals as well. This is a very, very beautiful one. Of course, I just say that for all of them, obviously. Kurokami, the black hair essence of, it's kind of the essence of Japanese aesthetics. Fruity, citrus, woody, sweet. There's grapefruit, rose, rosado, rosewood, jasmine, sandalwood. I hear this one gets a lot of people say citrus, but for me it was a little bit more floral actually. But they're both kind of in harmony together. I think it's like a perfect blend of citrus and florals. And it doesn't fall flat. It's very uplifting. Doesn't feel boring. It doesn't fade away very fast. It's very long lasting for me. This one just, as they all do, just kind of take me to a place where I'm not, which is nice all the time, but definitely right now is kind of a nice addition. There's a sense of peace and serenity with any of these that I wear. Adameku stands for sensual femininity. I don't necessarily find it feminine. I don't know if that was the goal, but there's orange, osmanthus, rose, jasmine, benzoin, I think frankincense. To me, honestly, just a lot of orange, juicy, realistic orange. More depth than akanesasu. Just super, super realistic. It feels like you're just covered in orange. Sweet orange, not a super citrus orange, but like a sweet orange, very mellow, very tamed. Just overall, just a gorgeous, gorgeous summer scent, gorgeous scent for just smelling like you want to feel happy. And I think that it does that very well. Overall, just wanted to kind of introduce some of the ones. I kind of sped through it. I was having issues trying to get this uploaded anywhere, so I was trying to kind of rush through it. I did want to kind of mention too this box that comes with some of the offerings. Not all of them. Most of them come in a basic white box. This is called I think it's Kiri, which is a kind of a special light wood, but it's very strong and durable, even though it's super light. I mean, it practically weighs nothing. But it's used a lot in Japan for storing things like kimonos or expensive jewelry, things that you value, because it does protect so well. I don't know if it's technically fireproof, but it's very I don't know what the word is, low heat conductivity or something like that. So it gives it protects everything a little better. I just think overall the whole idea is this is very minimal, which doesn't necessarily describe or say how the perfumes react to you, even though they look very minimal. There's a lot going on in here. There's a lot more depth to all of these than they would sound like they have. I just think it's a good. I firmly believe that people should be trying these, and there should be more information out about them, which was kind of why I decided to make a video, even though it's not really my thing. I think I've kind of covered what I wanted to. Just hoping that someone sees this and kind of gets excited about them and wants to try out some of these, and hopefully I can get this uploaded so people can see it. I appreciate it. Thanks.